Sleeping. Come on, we all love it. Obviously, we all need it, but how much of us really get enough sleep? I found that the majority of people either get too much or too little. Man, I love sleeping, but I can never get enough of it. Every morning I wake up for school practically dying, and I always promise myself that I'll go to bed earlier. Oop, I was supposed to be in bed 30 minutes ago. It's fine. I already missed today's deadline. I'll just start tomorrow. I hate you, past Gabe. Like, I'll wake up and drag myself into the bathroom, look back at my bed thinking about what I wouldn't do just to take another 5 minutes of rest. That comfy corner looks like a piece of heaven to me. Besides the lack of sleep, there's some negative things that come to mind when I think about sleeping. Like freaking naps, man. You go to bed, wake up either 20 minutes later or 3 hours later. You can never tell. Maybe in the year 2500. You don't know. Either you're feeling super refreshed or even worse than when you fell asleep in the first place. Naps are just 50-50, and it's not fun. Did you know that 4 separate alarms is not enough to wake me up anymore? It's like my body adapted to the sound so it no longer bothers my sleep. This is a problem, and people always wonder why I'm late to stuff. Recently, I've been having to make like 5+ alarms, each with a different annoying sound so I won't sleep through it. But you know what's interesting? My alarms have a hard time waking me up when I need them to. But my body would gladly wake up to any alarms that aren't necessary. Like sometimes I accidentally set my alarm to every day rather than to weekdays, and I'll wake up at 6 on Saturday, look at the clock, you know, it's a school day, get ready, only to realize that it's the weekend. Have you ever had sleep paralysis? It's a pretty common thing and it's scary AF. If you haven't heard about it, sleep paralysis is when you're caught between being awake and asleep, and you're able to open your eyes, but you can't move your body. Your subconscious, for whatever reason, tries its hardest to imagine the scariest things to terrify you, and it looks and feels real. The only 2 ways out are either falling asleep or getting so horrified to the point where you're forced into complete consciousness. You may be crying at that point. Let me tell you about my first sleep paralysis story. I was 15, and what felt like after a few minutes of sleeping, I quickly became trapped inside of sleep paralysis. I was semi-conscious, so I thought I was awake, and I partially was, but I really had no control of my body. So here's the thing, the printer in the corner of the dark room I'm in starts going off. I was terrified, and you may be like, Gabe, it's a printer. And what I have to say to you is, don't judge me. It's Kendrick line. We all have different fears, man. I mean, like, come on, don't hold it against me. It's a printer. It scared me at the time. I was 15, all right? Leave me alone. But at the time, all I could think about was some random person printing like a scary face or something. I noticed the printer sounded a little bit different than usual, but I was way too scared to even pay thought to it. I thought I couldn't move because of how scared I was, and I even tried calling for my dad, but nothing would come out. Again, I thought I was too scared to move, but since I was paralyzed, I actually could not physically move. I just laid there exhausted and terrified until I finally fell asleep again. Now, whenever it happens, though, I kind of just welcome it and force myself not to be afraid, because I know that sleep paralysis is usually like the gateway to lucid dreams, which I so desperately crave. Seriously, you have no idea how much I want and welcome the idea of a lucid dream. In a lucid dream, everything feels real and you can create and shapeshift all your environments and your situation with only your imagination as the limit. Imagine that, literally doing whatever you want as you're getting your night's sleep. My body, for whatever reason, won't let me have a lucid dream. Well, not including that one time where I was floating above my body for a few minutes. That was weird. Do you have lucid dreams or sleep paralysis? Let me know in the comments.